future AI overlords. I'm using Safari and I'm at OpenAI's ChatGPT.com site. So ChatGPT continues to just get better and better. I use ChatGPT nearly every day. I'm a big fan of Gemini and even Microsoft Copilot, certain scenarios. So I'm very much a try chat bot person. I try as many as I can. But the trinity that I use regularly are definitely Google Gemini, which is my number one, ChatGPT, which is my number two, and Microsoft Copilot is my number three. But anyway, I was coming to check out ChatGPT because they keep adding cool stuff. So one of the things I really like about ChatGPT, and right here you can see I'm using the free version. I have done the plus version. I did it when it was first available, and I did it for a good year. And while I liked it, I began to look at try other chatbots out there. But I still very much appreciate ChatGPT. I love its mobile app. I love its voice conversations on mobile. Anyway, but yeah, so you've got the option to upgrade here. Then of course there's the ChatGPT, great for everyday tasks. And then I thought this was great, temporary chat. This is really wonderful. So it's like this chat won't appear in history, use or create memories, or be used to train our models for safety purposes. We may keep a copy for 30 days. So this is really great to have the option to utilize the tool. And it's one of those things where you don't want it to remember kind of what you're doing. And I guess that you could take that in a lot of different ways. But if you're, there are times when, like, I'm doing a Google, like doing a Google search, and I don't want my search history to have, when I Google one thing and then all of a sudden my search history like references that, so I'll go like to an incognito browser and then go on Google and do a search, and, and in my mind believe it's not tied to me, but in my explicit lack of signed in account, it shouldn't be. But anyway, so I find this temporary chat very much like that kind of option where when you want to do a chat that you just don't want it to be in your history because you don't want it to add to the context of what AI knows about you, long term, because that is the great things. Like the chatbots, when they started out, were very much like bring up a context window, type in stuff, and boom, each session is the chatbot has no memory of the previous discussion, which in a way is cool, but was also very frustrating. And that's where a lot of where I found the GPTs that OpenAI released, where you could kind of give context and stuff to the AI, so you don't have to retell it, take on this persona, utilize this tone, be an expert at this, and give it all the context and guidance for how you want the tool to leverage the conversation that you're going to have with it. So you don't have to constantly like load that data in. There's so many times where I had a lot of data loaded up in a in a Word document where I would grab that just to give the AI chatbot context. So that's cool, and it's so cool that you've got those sort of options. But anyway, so I'm here, and I thought I'm going to go to the OpenAI website, and so I go to the OpenAI website and I see this: ask ChatGPT anything. And I was sort of like, wait, what? What's going on here? This is a very different experience. Now, of course, there's other options here. So I remember hearing about SearchGPT. So I'm just going to ask, what is this? Or actually, I'm going to say, is this SearchGPT? Oh, so no. I'm not specifically SearchGPT. I'm ChatGPT, an AI developed by OpenAI. I can search the internet for information when necessary, but my primary function is to provide answers, engage in conversations, and assist with various tasks based on vast amounts of knowledge I've been trained on. Okay, so it's just ChatGPT. So wow, I was getting a little bit nervous because I thought that this was SearchGPT. So now I'm going to ask it, what is SearchGPT? So SearchGPT, let's actually use the voice because the voice is so much better than mine.
SearchGPT generally refers to a concept or a variant of AI models like GPT that are specifically designed or configured to perform internet searches in real time. The idea behind SearchGPT is to combine the language generation capabilities of a model like GPT with the ability to access and retrieve current, up-to-date information from the web. Here's a breakdown of what SearchGPT could involve. 1. Real-time information retrieval. Unlike standard language models that rely on static training data, SearchGPT can access the web to fetch real-time information, allowing it to provide answers based on the most recent data available. 2. Search augmentation. It could perform a search query on behalf of the user, analyze the results, and synthesize information from multiple sources to give a coherent and accurate response. 3. Improved accuracy for current events. By searching the web, it can be more accurate about recent events, trends, or developments that fall outside the knowledge cutoff date of the base language model. 4. Specialized use cases. It might be designed for specific domains or applications, such as legal research, academic research, or news aggregation. The concept isn't a formal product or service by OpenAI like ChatGPT, but rather an approach or potential enhancement that could be used in various applications. Would you like more details or information about specific features or applications of SearchGPT?
So this is confusing because I've been hearing about SearchGPT, but maybe it's not quite ready, but I've been hearing that OpenAI was developing its own, basically on Google search, creating the chatbot and all the solutions that OpenAI has developed, for companies and stuff like that to use large language models, integrating that into a search tool would be good, because I can remember when I first started using ChatGPT, and that was like December 12th of 2022. I remember that day because that day will, in my mind, be a beacon of change. Almost like the first time I got a computer, the first time I got a smartphone, the first time I put on a VR headset, amazing things, amazing technology events. Anyway, but of course, when ChatGPT came out, you'd get that issue of, you'd ask it a question and say, my training data is as of, this date. And that was always just like the door being slammed in your face again and again when you're interacting with it. It was so frustrating. And that was probably the thing about ChatGPT that irked me the most, was the training data cutoff. But then when they began to integrate it with the web, and that was where GPT Plus was great, because you could then turn on internet access, and then leverage that when you were paying the monthly subscription. And that was awesome because it would connect to Bing and it would augment your results with a search, and that was super cool. And it didn't feel as you'd still get training data cutoffs. I would still see those messages, but anyway. But then for a while, the internet server, the internet integration was disabled because people were getting around paywalls and stuff. So it was kind of annoying because it was like, oh, I was paying for this because this was a big feature to unlock it, and then they were turning it off for a while. It was off for a bit, which was kind of annoying. And and then that's just the market was opening up with, Google Bard, which is now Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot, and its solution, which of course leverages a lot of OpenAI technology. So it was kind of interesting. Then you got Anthropic and Perplexity and all these amazing tools coming out all over the place. So anyway, what I think is really cool is just OpenAI is continuing to to really evolve. And I think the point of this is basically, to treat ChatGPT like a search, like a Q&A. There's been kind of so much focus on prompting with chatbots. And while that makes it super powerful, just like when you do a Google search and you use, like syntax that is specific to the way search works, you can unlock even more powerful things. Don't get me wrong, a lot of these tools utilize natural language processing so that you can just talk to it like a regular human, which, that's one of those things of like, you want to talk like a regular human because that makes life easier. But then these are different kinds of technologies, and in the realm of an AI, there are lots of different ways to interact with them. And one was giving the chatbot context could lead to better results. So anyway, so it was different, clearly different from a search engine, but the lines between search engines and chatbots, these all-purpose chatbots, is kind of really blurred. And when I started using ChatGPT, I went from being like Google was always up somewhere on a device, on a computer, on a, it was always like in reach in seconds. And when ChatGPT came out, it really changed the way I utilize search, because quickly I stopped using Google search. I was working with a chatbot. Now, when I started, it was like I was doing a lot of stuff inside of ChatGPT, and that's when that training data cutoff would hit me in the face, because like, oh, now I got to go do a Google search. So so it was sort of one of those things. So, and that was the great news when Google released Bard, and I could just basically do my search, and it had the integration with Google search, so I wasn't having to hop out to a different tool. Was kind of cool. So anyway, but this is exciting. It's exciting to see all the wonderful capabilities that OpenAI is bringing to the table. It's just amazing. When it comes to like new versions of ChatGPT, smarter, faster, leaner, more creative, text to image, multimodal, the video capability of Sora. I mean, OpenAI is just freaking amazing, and it's interesting to see, we've got the big Apple launch next month, and or I'm sorry, this month. Wow, it is already September. And so it's exciting to, that we're going to get the new version of the iPhone and the iOS and iPadOS 18 and the new, Mac OS. And we're going to be able to start to see a lot of the Apple intelligence begin to, while it may not explicitly show up until .1s, but we're going to start to see the foundations being laid, and then we'll see an evolution of those pretty rapidly with this foundational capability in these new OSs and stuff, which is very exciting. And to have OpenAI be one of those integration partners with the Apple device. And I'm sure we will also see Microsoft become a partner, and Google become a partner, and and others. And who knows what other companies will create incredible solutions, because that's the piece that I am excited about from an iPhone and an Apple device perspective, is their ability to create really amazing experiences when using these tools. A lot of using the ChatGPT tools and having these conversations, and is that you have to dump lots of data in here or put lots of context in there for it to do anything. But anyway, it's kind of exciting to see like how that integration is going to work from a Apple perspective. Anyway, but I came here today wanting to talk about ChatGPT, and I just kind of like got a little bit distracted with all the other awesome capabilities that are in the tool. So anyway, I'm going to turn off the temporary chat and just kind of say, hey, ChatGPT continues to just be incredibly amazing. The ability to attach files. And of course, they've got some sample prompts here, which is great. Sometimes you don't know exactly where to start, so these prompts are great. You've got these options here to upgrade to a smarter model, upgrade to just some more capabilities, and then ChatGPT, the free version, to be honest with you, is really good. And since this version is internet connected, I don't have to pay for it to have that happen. So that is fantastic. And then, having that ability, to when I want to utilize the memory feature in the app. You can turn off the memory feature. You can also go into this temporary chat and not use it. So there's different ways that you can integrate with that. But anyway, I was a little bit surprised today to go into here and just kind of see what was available. So you can see here in the free model, you've got, a lot of the basics, for writing assistance, problem solving. You've got the GPT-4o, the mini, and then access to GPT-4o. And O is Omni, it's not the 4.0, so it's the Omni model. And then limited access to advanced data analysis, file uploads, vision, web browsing, custom GPT. And that's where, when I am in ChatGPT, you've got the option to create custom GPTs, which is really cool. And I'm really a pretty big fan of trying out a lot of these different options, and having the history and all that kind of stuff is very nice. So I'm a very happy user of OpenAI. The interface I feel like has really become significantly better. In what it can do. The ability to leverage the free model, and then they give you access to some of the advanced tools. Now, I do have to say, when I'm using ChatGPT, it will reach a point where it's like, yep, you're gonna have to come back. You've run out of tokens for this free version. That is a little bit annoying, and that could be a reason to want to maybe upgrade. But I do have to say that I am, pretty satisfied with what's happening with the free tool. I don't bump too much, but then I have to be honest, I use Google Gemini as my primary AI tool, so I don't do a lot of very lengthy stuff. Some of the benefits of using Gemini is, the context window over a million, which makes it so that I could dump tons of data in there. And I have put a lot of data in there personally, just to kind of test it out and things like that. But because it's one of those things of when I can get lots of data inside of Gemini to have it do some analysis. Is really helpful. I played around a little bit with it in some of the tools with some really large PDFs and things like that, and that was super fun. So anyway, but it's pretty amazing how OpenAI and ChatGPT has evolved, and this is that whole memory feature, where this is where you can have ChatGPT remember specific things. So you can give it the context of when you turn on the memory, you can manage what you want this to include. I typically have it off, but you can put different, remember, I like concise responses, or, it's one of those things that you can give it the context about you or the way you want responses so that it will behave in that specific way. I like the options they got for the voices. I do miss Sky. Sky was pretty cool. Sorry, I'm a big fan of Scarlett Johansson. And even though they say it wasn't her, it definitely sounded like her. But anyway, data controls, to export, delete data, your profile for your GPT builder, what apps you're connected to, security, stuff like that. So it's pretty amazing. What OpenAI has done and how this tool has evolved, and so I'm very, very, very happy with ChatGPT and all of its capabilities, and OpenAI. It's been an interesting journey for them. We've seen some of the most crazy drama of any company, any tech company in recent years. At that company, and some people have left recently, which makes me a little bit concerned. But it seems like this company is evolving very quickly. When you think of the speed of this technology change, the businesses are adapting to it too, and businesses outside of the realm of AI are adapting. So it kind of makes sense, the kind of evolution, that is happening in using these tools, the evolution of the tools themselves, and the evolutions of the businesses that create them and use them. So it is kind of natural. So, but I've always been kind of a fan of OpenAI and the things that they've been doing, and I'm very excited to see what comes next in this world. Of course, we've got there's just seemed like a lot of possibilities. So anyway, OpenAI continues to evolve. I'm going to continue to use it. I love using it as a mobile app on my device. I love voice conversations. I did a version of a video on that a while back. I still use that quite often. I am a Google Gemini primary user, and I have been playing a lot with the Gemini Live capability, which is very much like voice conversations. So Google is, I would say, starting to kind of catch up in some interesting ways when it comes to the back-end technology, the scalability. They're really out in front with a lot of that, with the tool, and then their multimodal capability. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of where things go from here. But OpenAI, I mean, they are the OG. They blew my mind, back in December of 2022, and I don't think I will ever be the same. When I think about how I've changed using AI, it is impacting every aspect of my life, personally and professionally. I use it to see the world differently. I use it to, not just, switching from Google search into using, a chatbot, but how I use this chatbot is dramatically altering and changing. There were some cool features, like you probably heard of Google Lens, where you could take pictures of stuff and it would give you information and help you identify objects and stuff like that. But being able to grab a chatbot and throw a picture and a video and have it explain stuff and do things live is just spectacular. And I feel like I've been in mind-blown emoji since December 2022, and that mind-blown emoji head just keeps getting bigger and more animated and crazy because this technology keeps evolving. So anyway, this was my goal was to just play around with free ChatGPT, and then I heard I got this little prompt about SearchGPT, but it looks like SearchGPT may be coming. I'm gonna kind of hold on to that and keep looking for it. But anyway, you have a great day, and thank you very much for watching this video. See you next time. Hello humans and future AI overlords, I am back again. This video is just not ending because I was positive SearchGPT existed. I've seen news articles about it. I've even seen a prompt when I opened up OpenAI. So I knew it was there and I thought it was just hidden, and guess what? It was hidden. So I went to Gemini and basically I asked it, what is OpenAI SearchGPT? And here's what it said.
OpenAI SearchGPT is a prototype of a new AI search feature that combines traditional web search results with the conversational abilities of a large language model. It aims to provide more direct, informative, and interactive responses to user queries compared to traditional search engines. Key features of SearchGPT include direct answers. It directly answers your questions using up-to-date information from the web, providing clear links to relevant sources. Conversational follow-ups. You can ask follow-up questions naturally, as if in a conversation, with the context building with each query. Publisher attribution. It prominently cites and links to publishers in its responses, supporting a thriving content ecosystem. Transparent sourcing. Responses include clear, inline citations and direct links so users know where the information is coming from and can access additional results. OpenAI SearchGPT is still in development, but it showcases the potential of combining large language models with search technology to create a more powerful and user-friendly search experience.
So cool. So it does exist, and it had links here into more information. So when I went to the news section of OpenAI, it's like, bam, it exists. SearchGPT is a prototype of a new AI search features. And then from here, this is an article from the 25th. We're testing SearchGPT, a temporary prototype of new AI search features that gives you fast and timely answers with clear and relevant sources. Waitlist closed. So it's got some examples here where you're doing what looks like Google searches, typically like very familiar. Asking a question, when can I see? And then it's giving you, doesn't this feel very much like Google? You got images and pictures and data cards and things like that. But you've got that ability to follow up with the contextual question. Where can I find this? Is it going to be hot there? Very, very cool. Let's see here. So we're testing SearchGPT, a prototype of a new search feature designed to combine the strength of our AI models with information from the web to give fast and timely answers with clear and relevant sources. We're launching to a small group of users and publishers to get feedback. While this prototype is temporary, we plan to integrate the best of these features directly into ChatGPT in the future. Okay, so it is a temporary prototype that will just get integrated into ChatGPT. Interesting. So it's so funny. Like, you've got ChatGPT aspiring to be a search engine. You've got Google, a search engine aspiring to be a chatbot, but Google has got both Google search with AI capabilities in it now and Google Gemini, a chatbot as well. So pretty cool. Anyway, so it's saying a new way to search, getting answers on the web can take lots of effort. Absolutely. Often requiring multiple attempts to get relevant results. Even using chatbots results in that. We believe that by enhancing the conversational capabilities of our models with real-time information from the web, finding what you're looking for can be faster and easier. Absolutely. And that's where those training date cutoffs with ChatGPT was just awful. So designed to give you an answer, SearchGPT will quickly and directly respond to your questions with up-to-date information from the web, giving you clear links and relevant sources. And that's one of the things I loved about chatbots when I first started using them. It was I don't have to mine a million links in 0.7 seconds and figure out what's an ad and what's relevant, what's helping, and all that kind of stuff. I just want an answer. And yeah, a collection of relevant information that aggregated that answer, but I really want an answer, and that's been a very interesting journey for chatbots and AI. So it says you'll be able to ask follow-up questions like you would in a conversation with the person with shared context, building with each query. And that is one of the things I love about chatbots is just having a conversation. It's, natural language processing, building that context and having that deeper conversation. Okay, so they're saying they're partnering with publishers and creators. We're committing to a thriving ecosystem of publishers and creators. We hope to help users discover publishers' sites and experiences while bringing more choice to search. For decades, search has been a foundational way for publishers and creators to reach users. Now we're using AI to enhance this experience by highlighting the high-quality content in a conversational interface with multiple opportunities for users to engage. So we've got a wonderful quote here. I won't read that. SearchGPT is designed to help users connect with publishers by prominently citing and linking to them in searches. Responses have clear inline named attribution and links so users know where information is coming from and can quickly engage with even more results in the sidebar and source links. So we partnered with publishers to build this experience and continue to seek their feedback. In addition to launching the SearchGPT prototype, we're also launching a way for publishers to manage how they appear in SearchGPT so publishers have more choices. Importantly, SearchGPT is about search and is separate from training OpenAI's generative AI foundation models. Sites can be surfaced in search results even if they opt out of generative AI training. To read more about publisher controls and OpenAI bots, see here. That's definitely, sorry, I'm side-eyeing this website a little bit. We've also heard from publishers and creators that they want to understand how best to engage with AI search products and how their content performs. We'll use this prototype to learn more and share findings. If you'd like to share feedback, email us at publishers-feedback@openai.com. So what comes next? So we'll keep improving the experience in areas like local information and commerce. We also plan to get feedback on the prototype from users and publishers and bring the best of the experience into ChatGPT. So that's really cool. So it is, a prototype of a new search features using the strength of our AI models to give you fast answers with clear, relevant sources. That's very cool. So SearchGPT is faster, easier way to find what you're looking for, designed to give you an answer. Thank you. That is absolutely one of the things that you'd like to do when you're searching. Real-time information from relevant searches. Yes. Those darn training cutoff dates were such a pain. And then search in a way it's more natural and intuitive. Ask follow-up questions just like you would in a conversation. You know, visual results for richer understanding. I mean, I like when things are visual in addition to having like meaningful, relevant, up-to-date text. So what comes next? We plan to get feedback on the prototype and bring the best of this experience into ChatGPT. If you're interested in trying SearchGPT, well, the sign up for the waitlist. Well, the waitlist is now closed. So we missed that window. But anyway, that's very cool. So thank you if you made it to the end of this video. Yes, SearchGPT is a thing, but it looks like it's a temporary thing that will be used to improve ChatGPT as ChatGPT becomes more of a searching thing. While Google has a Google search thing, it's integrating AI things in it, and then it's got Google Gemini, which is a chat bot. Interesting. You know what? The world is just so darn cool. The way that we're able to access information and aggregate it and use it in all the different forms it comes in is truly amazing. I mean, it is why the mind-blown emoji, like literally my regular head should be in that mode, because that is what I feel. But anyway, if you made it this far, wow. Like, because I ended the video and then now I'm officially ending the video. So our search is over. We found out more about SearchGPT. You will see it in future versions of ChatGPT. And thank you very much. See you in the next video.